Hey guys, this is my first attempt to try to make a YouTube video. And I'm not making my channel to review movies or review games. I'm doing it more for educational purposes. I am a teacher, but I also understand the needs of students because I have a learning disability. I'm dyslexic. I wasn't diagnosed until after my 5th grade year when a teacher finally took enough time to look at me and try and figure out why I could speak so smoothly, but written comprehension was horrible. My mother, when I was in 1st grade, was told by my 1st grade teacher to pull me out of school, that it wasn't worth trying to educate me. And I've never got over that. It's my driving force. When somebody's told me I can't do something, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to do it just to prove them wrong. When I entered middle school, and I found out I had a learning disability and I was different from everybody else, it kind of made sense, but at the same time, it sucked. Because in that moment, I knew I was different from my friends. I now understood why my brother was in the honors program and I wasn't. My brother's younger than me. He's not smarter than me. We're about the same intelligence, but I always felt like there was something wrong with me. And at times I still feel like that. But it's just because I think differently and learn differently. When I entered 6th grade, I ended up getting a group of amazing teachers who tried to help me. But they didn't have the tricks that I do, nor did they have the tools that the districts try to hide. And it's not intentional. Most of the time, these districts just don't know that they're out there because they don't have enough students needing these tools. One major tool that I found out when I entered high school, though, is something called Learning Ally. Learning Ally is where a textbook is read to you by a real person. Now, for those of you who don't have a learning disability, hearing an electronic voice reading your textbook to you actually makes it 100 times harder to comprehend. And I not only have dyslexia, I have dysgraphia. So hearing that electronic voice never made much sense to me. And I prefer a human voice anyways. So when we found Learning Ally, it was amazing. I could just order my textbooks, they'd come to my house on discs, and I'd listen to them, and it made my life so much easier. This allowed me to take courses like AP European History and Dual Enrolled U.S. History, along with English courses that most of the time people said I couldn't do. Yeah, I did struggle with spelling, but I was able to keep up with the rest of my class. And as an educator today, I see the frustration in the parents' faces because there's not enough information out there. Another thing I will always suggest to students who have learning disabilities is find your way. I can't tell you how to write your notes, nor can I tell you how to study. You have to find your own way. And yeah, it's going to be different from what your friends do or what your parents do. But I don't want you to feel like you're alone. When I was in high school, I wanted so bad to take AP European History, but I couldn't pass the PERC. The reason why is because they had me doing grammar. Having a person do grammar who's dyslexic is like asking somebody in a wheelchair to walk. It can't happen. No matter how many times I try, and I do try, I will never be grammatically correct 100% of the time. And I kept missing the PERC by 1 point. So finally, I took the SAT. And that was able to push me into taking AP European History. Otherwise, my school would have denied me because they said I was too intelligent to have a 504 in an AP class. Why not take regular classes? I never let any of that stop me. I graduated college in 3.5 years. I even took ENC 1101 and 1102 when I was still in high school. That was a feat that many people did not think I'd ever accomplish. Now, the big change for me in my educational career as a student came when I entered 6th grade because they started something called National History Fair. Now, for those of you who know National History Fair, you're rolling your eyes right now saying, oh, it's a history teacher talking about History Fair. Well, if it wasn't for History Fair, I wouldn't have the confidence I do today. I did live performance from 6th to 10th grade. I made it to state every single year, whether it be my first year with Sacagawea, which most of the coordinators in my hometown still remember, to my portrayal of Lucy Dreyfus when I went to nationals. And with that confidence brought the ability and the understanding of how to study. Every student has their own path, and I hope in this channel to illuminate that path, to illuminate the tricks, and to bring some fun to history, because a lot of kids will roll their eyes at me when I start teaching and getting excited. My kids tell me all the time, "Miss Momo, quit saying common sense is not so common," but they love learning about Voltaire. I can ask any of my kids when Rome fell, and they will tell you 476, but if I ask them when 9/11 happened, they might not know. I am proud of what I did in the first year of my teaching career. I came into a school that needed an AP teacher I never taught in my life, and I taught AP US History, which was probably the hardest thing I will ever do, because nobody knew what was on the test. And I was able to get 9 kids to pass, teaching them in half a year. I work very hard, and I love education, and I want to bring that joy back to the community, because I feel a lot of times people forget that history is education, and I want to bring history back to the forefront, whether it be fun facts, which I plan on doing a fun facts video maybe next week, or a serious discussion on a certain topic, whether it be the rise of Jeffersonism or something as silly as weird lawsuits in American history. I hope you guys have fun on my channel, and I'm also going to do a series dealing with how to go about learning disabilities in school. What do you need to know, and how you can get the tools you need. Have a wonderful night, guys.